Okay, I'm going to media and ethics class. It is Monday. And I have, not counting this video, but 3 more videos to edit. And then I'll be up to date, which is kind of a scary but exciting feeling. To sort of be like, okay, what did you do? What are you gonna do now? And how you edit? Will it be different? Obviously. One thing to note is that I think for November 16th, when my phone kept saying low storage, I can't export them because it has some form of corruption when I need to post my things. So I might have to record my videos, like screen record them, and then export them. And that's something that you should just know. It's like your video, if it does still go through and looks fine, is not something that is fully corrupted. I think you can just screen record it, have the audio play, and then do something about it. After media ethics class, it's more of an asynchronous class today. I don't know who's there. I'm a little bit late because I had to put a band-aid on my finger because I cut my finger with printer paper, when just sifting through and shredding papers. But yeah, currently right now it feels gloomy in the sense of serene, serene gloomy. I feel like I got the headphones, I got the hats, because I don't want to share or showcase my crazy hair. And I got the fit, We're going, we're styling. Hopefully I'm not as low energy in there when I get in there. And I get in and out. And if there's a food truck, I don't know. And after I finish my 30 edits, I want to do my edit for October and do something about that. I think that would be fun to do. And then have put that as please don't wake me up. I don't want to care about you now. In the dark, in the ground, something like that, I don't know. But that is what I'll do when I get it. And this is a vibe right now, so the lighting, the atmosphere, please don't wake me up. Please don't wake me up. Did you love me? That'd be so good. So yeah, that's what I'll do. I don't really have any classes. I just have to do emails after that as well to people that I need to email and not be unpunctual about it. So working day, working life. Here it is.
Not supposed to sound with intention.
How are we feeling?
Truly done. Thank you guys so much. This is so lovely. Fucking great. So awesome. Which I think that is what's a lot more important. Some people can make a rough mix and they're so in the world of their song and it's so awesome that it's great and they shouldn't touch it, they should never change it, and that's fucking great. And then sometimes it's good to, have a handle of everything so that then you can make the creative decisions on what you want to fix and what you don't want to fix. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Should we do one more, or is it truly done? Okay, truly done. Thank you guys so much. This is so awesome.
How are we feeling? Just give me, you know what to say. Talk to me, talk to me. Very excited. We did a screening last night. It was one of the most weird and moving and powerful real life experiences I've ever had with my music. So yeah, it's pretty crazy because this has taken me so long to do, and I did this shit all by hand, like, you know what I mean? Like planning out every little detail, every little prop, every location, every sound. It was like meticulously crafted for so long, and to just see it all flash by. No, yeah. I mean, obviously, shout out to everybody that helped work on the records. You know, like instrumentalists and camera people and all that. But it really feels like watching years of my life just fly by, like being perceived for the first time by hundreds of people. It's really weird, and it's really cool. So, and the fans are so excited and so respectful, and they've been waiting with just as much anticipation as me to watch it. So to feel that, it really like lets me listen to the album with fresh ears and experience it with everybody else. So it's very, very unique, very special. Yeah. How are you feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm great. Glad to be here, and that's it. That's all I have to say. It's your name. Bing bong. That's your name. That's good. That's good. That was good, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. What did I do today? Well, it seemed like when I went there, they were actually working outside. What I mean by outside is that they weren't working in the classroom. They were working at one of the project team like support lab tables, like next to like my team space, which was like, oh, okay, cool. Alice, Camilla, and Corinna was there, and it seemed more or less I was the one with the energy today. I was like, okay, let's get the ball rolling. Like, what did I miss? Like, that's the vibe. Everyone seemed very low energied. Like, I'm not even thinking. I'm just trying to work. And it's like, understandable. So we worked, and I just made sure, or somewhat delegated the idea of like, hey, we have the remix on the 24th. So let's make sure we have the slides done by this week, because it's the 17th right now, as well as other agendas if we need to. And if things will be worked on, it will have to be notified to the team members. We're going to work over the weekend to finish it. And I don't think there's a turn-in for it. After that, I went to get some chicken cabbage or some sort. And after that, I saw Abnell through the window, and I waved at him. And I decided to hang out with him because we missed movie night. So that was honestly a coincidence. I didn't know he had a class or like was walking there. I just saw him and I just waved. And we sat in the wing, and in the wing he wanted to show games that he was interested in again, and also character designs for his own personal thing. Who was also at the team space, his team space, I think, was Emma, which I know Emma. She's from the lighting class, which is on Wednesdays. I said bye and see you Thursday, but then she said Wednesday, and I was like, oh, yeah. But typically for VFX and lighting, we have the same classroom. I don't have the same classes with her, but it's in the same classroom. So but anyways, he showed the best game of all time, it seems, which is Sonic R for racing, and a lot of low poly games that he's interested in, and his aspirations to, in a month, he's worried, obviously, because he has to worry about moving things. He also was supposed to abruptly leave as well because he had to pick up a package for a cousin of his, like a WWE sort of belt of some sort, which was like, whoa, crazy. But it was just great seeing him ramble about his interests of like Godot and wanting to model his original character. Like, we gave him feedback on like the type of hairstyle that he wants for his character to look like. And yeah, I'm gonna miss him. And what his plans to do after graduation stuff is like probably do some Humble. It's like Humble Fumble. It's sort of like this online classes that you can buy online. He's gonna like practice doing like Godot and Blender stuff because he ditched the idea of really making a portfolio for a AAA game, and he's lost his passion to that, which I'm sad about. But not like sad, concerned about, but like it's what it is. But he still wants to make things, which that's one, like that's pretty cool. So he is just going to do that. I think as well. That's it. And then Emma was playing a cat Sudoku game on her computer, which was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Then I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna edit my videos today and finish that. But do I do an early ranker? I'll do an early ranker when I park and keep it short. Overall, I would say, from what you've heard, he's very much a genuine person, which I would say I'm glad I met him through Digipen and his interest in Digipen, and whatever he does in life is like something I want to keep praising, to be like, awesome. I'm glad, because he's the type of person who's like, he roots for the small indie game devs. Like, he even asked me like, do you want to be an indie game dev? And I'm like, oh, yeah, and sure. And then he was like, well, one day we're gonna make a game together. It's like, oh, it's like sort of that energy. So I'm gonna pause here. What would I rank today? An early ranker, in case if I don't make it to my ranker right now. It would be a solid S tier. I think this is one of those days where I'm sort of like, I'm in the motion, in the Roshan. I still gotta do my emails, which I will do. But honestly, it's one of those things where I feel like I could be overwhelmed right now for whatever I do. But here's the thing. I watched this video while I did my edits. It was, first off, a QA session with Quadeca on his Quadeca exclusives channel for New York City and LA, which that was cool to listen to while I just waited for my exports to happen. But then he also had another video called like a talk with a sailor. And I put that in my previous video because I wanted to showcase that. But essentially, I really like the vibe of the QA, of what he did to screen his music movie video. And it made me think of these two words: curious confidence. And what I mean by curious confidence, simply, is there's this outlook of life and of innocence, of not knowing really what you don't know. And there is sort of this confidence that you have with other individuals who've gone through these things and feel like they have like a Debbie Downer outlook on things in life, or like they have to put a reality check to you, like say like, hey, you know, in life, life is like that. Like how I even say some things sometimes. But when you have those people who not just genuinely don't know and just say it out loud, like, hey, why do you have your hair like that? But what I mean by the positives of curious confidence is sort of like expressing your passion within the question. It's sort of that inquiry of, even so, when I was working with my media and ethics team, like Alice mentioned that, hey, should we have something for the slides where we put our conclusions or questions like after the fact of when we put data? It's sort of, it's not a call to action. I looked up, is it a call to action? Like, I don't know how to call this thing. But to me, it would be this curious confidence that you are genuine in whatever you want to do in life, and you don't know and you don't have the questions to do so, but you ask anyways, even bypass the ignorance of it. And then I think that's what I feel like a lot of people should go about their lives as they grow up, is to be outgoing in what you don't know, and to not be affected or try not to be affected by the appeal of like other people's views that make them feel like irky, but make them feel understandable, or like see not through them but see where the individual is getting at. That amount of open-mindedness, not the open-mindedness where it's like you are very neutral playground, but open-mindedness is seeing where do they come from when they say this conversation. Whether if it is they have more experience than you doing research on this thing, or maybe it's you lack thereof sticking to your grit and your cultish mindset of like, hey, no, this is my reality. This is what it is. I think a part of life that's not emphasized enough is the idea that we're supposed to learn from each other and we're supposed to talk with one another. Also, on a last final note, I think it was very interesting because we were next to my team space that I overheard like Shania, like, and then Jax was there as well, and Jax was like checking up with Shania because I think that's just how their relationship is like friend wise, and I think Shania was all like, this is all like in like not direct what she said, but like in sort of correlations too. It's like, I just worry about like graduation, you know, like I'm gonna miss this place. And then Jackson's like, what do you mean like miss this place? It's like graduation is just, that's cool. And she's like, man, I'm just gonna miss bumping into people. Miss bumping into the people who share that same interest or same drive as other people. And I don't feel like I'm gonna be like motivated in that same capacity into doing things. Like, I really enjoy the aspect of like seeing who's gonna be here in person, who's not gonna be here in person, and it's that camaraderie or community of just knowing that everyone is like going for the same field and able to just be comfortable in hanging out with people. Like I don't feel like there's like a place at like my own house that I can just like bump into someone. And then like I don't want to bump into like Sam in the bathroom. Like obviously, but having another place that I can just work outside of my house, like going to like an office building, just like working there is cool. But I wanted to have it like populated by like with people. And something along those lines. And people laughed because it's kind of weird if you see Sam just in the bathroom, just like, "Hey Sam," like, "Whoa Sam, that's too personal." But that's my takeaway for today, and I think that's what I want to go about with. There's that worry, but there's that genuine expression of like people love people seeing grow. And if it feels like someone's regressing, then I think at the bottom of everyone's hearts, there's a part of you that's like, I hate seeing this. How can I help? And I want to put that in like a very like genuine light of being like, whenever I say to people like, if you need to reach out to me, you can. I want to make them feel like they can. Or if they don't need to, they don't need to. But there's also that part of me where I also see on the other end with like teachers and faculty and even with the sailor talk. The expression of when Quedeca asks like, what is the one thing that you're so-and-so, so-and-so? And the sailor's like, the one thing I liked about you is that you ask a lot of questions. Because not a lot of people ask questions. And when they said okay or good, I'm sort of don't know what that vibe is from them. And then it'll be proven the point when they go out and see and actually do it. So I think at the end, don't think that you're ever really alone in whatever it is you're going through. I think Digiben is a special place because it's sort of like if you are really into games and video games, you're going to find that place in there. And I think that's the same for like any like college. And that's what it feels like. Even if it's so weird and it's like so ghetto, or if it's like so like terrible, even with the teachers. Like I found friends even in Green River College, even if like the degree program that I didn't want to do was not what I wanted to do in realization. You just have to be willing to go up to someone, compliment them on something that they're wearing, or just like asking them like a genuine question sometimes, but not like too political or like too oriented, because that could be a whole thing. And be on the goal of like actually wanting to get to know the person, not to use them, not to take advantage to go to the next person in your career. That's just me. Please don't wake me up. Oh, I just want to tell about you, girl. Yeah, we're doing it again. Won't you worry in the ground. I think at the end of the day, what I wanted to say is just don't be afraid to reach out to someone if you want to have a conversation with them. Or just like go to like forums or go to like blog posts or go to like events, because I think everyone expects someone to talk to them in the first half, right? And it's like you just don't wait for that. You just go for that. And if you get a rejection, that's fine. But it's sort of like there's too many people in this world. You can actually just like
life mottos that you'd
Try it so it shows my expensive Rolex.
And the ring, what's the ring right there?
The ring is
cool
jade.
color.
It brings a level of tranquility.
Do you have like any life mottos that you'd like to bestow? Any wisdom?
No, wisdom is simply do something that so much of the Gen Z and Gen X generations do not do. I'm certainly not saying all inclusively, but a lot. They don't listen to their elders. They don't listen to people that have experienced a level of life already. They're, in most cases, those people are passing on information, levels of experience to someone that they know and like. And they're only telling you that because they like you and they want to help you become a better person. And you can become a better person by learning from those who have been in their place before.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I think that's a good interview.